How's it going, everybody? We are just 1 week away from Halloween Horror Nights opening night, and guess what? We got a medallion. Yeah, and we have the posters out here. It is feeling like we are just 1 week away from opening night. We have HHN merch, we have the Scarezones coming together, we have the food booths getting finalized, we have stuff inside of City Walk finally, we even have the tribute store starting to come together. That means that we are close to opening night, and I could not be more excited. Now, there is a lot to cover today, so I don't want to waste too much time. First things first, over to City Walk just to show you that we have merchandise there. We'll cover merchandise as a whole here in a little bit, but either way, let's go there, and then we'll head into the park and show you everything that is going on. There it is, up front here at the Universal Studios store. You can see some of the merchandise out here on display in the windows. We'll go ahead and take a look inside. And again, I know a lot of you guys were wondering, do we have HHN merch in City Walk yet? And we officially do as of today. Now we're gonna cover the merch in just a little bit, actually inside of Universal Studios, but I just wanted to point out, we have all of the HHN merch right away as you walk in. Whole wall of it here. You have an entire display here with a very cool looking pumpkin. This almost reminds me of something you might see in the hotels, but obviously we have it here in the store. Another one right over here, and then a few things over there on the side. So we have quite a bit of HHN merch. I'm gonna guess it's all of it. Again, we'll go over it in just a little bit. I do want to head over to Universal Studios while we have some time, and then we'll cover the merch kind of after. It is beautiful, isn't it? Look at that medallion. It doesn't have any numbers on it, which is actually a surprise, but we do also have our posters out here. Only 4 of them, because I think we only have 4 IP houses this year, which is definitely something we'll have to kind of remember. But either way, it is set up, ready to go. HHN is in full swing. Are y'all ready to smell the fog as you walk in through these gates? Already up front, though, I do want to point out we have 2 of these kind of like drapery things hanging out, which makes me think this is for Sinister and Surreal. We have kind of this like turquoise blue, and then on the other side, we have kind of a pink. Obviously, all of the lighting still looks to be pretty much the same, but it does look like we are getting some sort of touch here for this Scarezone with, again, the 2 different colors to identify that we have 2 different characters. Are they icons? Still don't really know. Also, we are on our way to 4,000 subscribers, which is absurd to me. Had no idea that we would be even close to that this year, and we are doing a great job growing. So if you guys haven't yet, please consider subscribing to the channel. We cover HHN and so much more here. So if you guys are liking just theme park content in general, do consider subscribing. It would really mean a lot, and it helps out a ton. Also, like I said, it's just amazing to me to think that we are actually that close to 4,000. I thought maybe we'd be hitting 3,000 this year, and that was a big maybe. But either way, we're heading into Hollywood, and we actually have some props that are finally showing up. Such a bizarre zone in here with kind of this coloring and look. As you can see, we have everything on wheels, which is something that we were kind of suspecting is the way that they were gonna end up getting all of this stuff in and out during the parade would be that we have wheeled structures. So all of the floats and things here all have wheels of some sort. Now this is interesting. It's giving me Stranger Things vibes, but also obviously it's purple. So whoever is coming this direction, I think this is Surreal's direction, and then Sinister I think is the other way. But either way, we'll kind of take a look at all of these. I'm just excited that we have them. You can smell like the fresh paint on them a little bit. So I'm gonna assume as it airs out, that should help out a little bit, but super just weird looking, right? So I feel like we don't have a clue exactly what these are, what they're meant to be, but some sort of spire of some sort. The one right next to us has this like portal there in the middle, and we have kind of these branches that are just kind of wrapped around. They're all black and dead looking. You can see it around the actual portal itself there as well. It does look like we have a tarp out front, which makes me think that there's a body, and I can see something underneath there. There is definitely something that is being covered. Don't know exactly what it is, but either way, something is covered up here, or yeah, right here. Okay, so we see little skeleton hands. You guys see those there? So I wonder if this is meant to be like dead bodies and kind of like old skeletons that are kind of falling out of the portal of some sort. We also have another one of those spire style things over there, whatever they are. Again, we have one there, one on the other side. So we are starting to get some props in here. I don't think this is gonna be it. I just think we have some of it out here as of now. I'm just kind of looking, it's very bubbly. And I think is it meant to be tree roots of some sort? I think that's what they're going for. Again, definitely giving me vibes of like Stranger Things, just coloring is a little different. Over here we have the exact same thing. And again, if you look underneath, you can see the big wheels. So they are kind of carting these out, and this is tarped off as well. So I'm guessing it's all kind of the same here. And I think we'll get more at some point. We even have these barricades here with kind of this like stretched fabric there that looks like it's kind of torn and distressed. So I don't know if that's gonna stay there, if they're just using it to kind of keep on theme. Either way, all of these kind of look similar. So this one looks like the other one. And then we have about 3 of those spire type like booth there. Oh, actually there's a 4th one. So we have 4 of those little props set up, and then we have 2 of these big portal ones. And just to point out, the back does look pretty much the same. So as far as I can tell, it is the same between all of them. But yeah, definitely interesting. Cool to see that we finally have some set pieces and some props that are showing up inside of Hollywood here. So I definitely should point out, we do have annual pass holder shirts here inside of the 5 and dime, and it says say Medallion. It does glow in the dark here, and it is pretty light. And then we have some pins here, and then you have coasters, as well as one of these kind of like, I don't know, hanging pieces that you have kind of like made out of, I don't know, kind of like a tin of some sort. So those are kind of your AP items. It is based on Mel's, which is kind of fun. I think them leaning into it kind of makes sense. So $12 for the pin, it was $35 for this. The coaster is $12. And the shirt then is, I'm gonna guess 33. So 33 for the shirt. So that is your pricing there. I wanna also point out that not all of the merchandise is inside of the 5 and dime. So I thought it actually would have all been in here at this point, but it is all basically out in City Walk. And then I think everything then will be in the Tribute store when that does open. And we're gonna go take a look at that in a minute. But as far as it goes, this is still kind of the same display that we have. They've added a few small things in here, but nothing too crazy. And then that AP stuff over there. So if you want the merch right now, you do need to get it out in City Walk. It isn't all in here inside of the 5 and dime. HHN staff meeting over here, getting ready. So soon, Mel's, so soon we will have our Mel's die-in. Now what are we thinking about this? It's the HHN Bar. That's it, just the HHN Bar. Kept it simple, kept it basic, but I guess it tells you enough that you need to know. It is the Halloween Horror Nights Bar. That being said, I don't know if there was meant to be something else here or not, but that is what we got this year, the HHN Bar. So kind of cool. We did assume this was gonna be a bar of some sort based on what we saw back there, but over here in Battery Park, we definitely have some sort of bar going on. Don't know what they're gonna be selling as far as food items, but we can assume there will be alcohol. It looks like we almost have mini stages over here because these are little footstep things for like a little like stairway up, and they are next to all of these mini stages. So maybe we're getting some performers back here. That would be kind of cool. So another way to kind of keep you entertained. Not sure. Nothing on that truss there still. Everything else still seems to be the same. But again, those steps make me think people are walking up on top of those little platforms. I need you guys to be honest with me. Are we getting a nighttime lagoon show or no? I'm still like really hopeful. I'm like, I bet you like opening night, they're gonna surprise us and be like, bam, here's a nighttime lagoon show. I don't know, I think I'm stretching there, and I think it's a little far-fetched, but I am still very hopeful, and I feel like Universal's great at holding out on surprises, so I'm still hoping we get one, but I don't know, what do you guys think? Are we getting one or no? Nothing new with the directional signage here either, except they might have put some lights up there, it looks like, and that seems to be it. I'm taking a lap here through Swamp of the Undead, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say there is nothing new inside of this zone. If I see something, I'll point it out, but this has felt pretty dang complete for about a week now. Like pretty much everything is the same. I've mentioned this before, there is a chance that they move things just a little bit, you know, put barrels out a little further, tuck things back, maneuver things, whatever, but I think everything for the most part is gonna be set in stone. So not really gonna cover this unless I see something crazy. I will just point out that somebody has been messing with my swamp puppy here, and he gets more and more exposed every single time that I come out here. But I am looking forward to seeing what is underneath here at the end of the day, because I do see feet, I see shoes, I see obviously the alligators, so we're waiting to hear and see what comes of it. But yeah, as far as everything goes, nothing else was new in here. Minus again, maybe small things like this, with like the lighting structure being down here. Again, nothing big as far as like full-blown set pieces. I do actually think that they moved that navigational sign. I think it was actually more centered. I think they offset it by just a little bit from last time. Nothing too crazy, but they are moving things. Over here at the Cary Drive-In Snack Bar, it does look to be pretty much all the same that we pointed out last time. All their POS machines are covered up. They actually put the hand washing station over here, and they have gone ahead and lined up all of the actual machinery back there for like the drinks and all the cooking stations. So everything is kind of in place now, pretty much ready to go. This food booth here, it looks like we have kind of the same design that we had from last year with like the handprint with the red, but instead now it is pink. I think last year it was like, I don't know, like a blue or like brown or something. But I feel like I remember this kind of similar design from last year's food booth that was over here right next to the Bumblebee cart. So I don't know if they just ended up painting this. It kind of looks like it's painted and kind of kept the same like insert there or whatever, but it is pink this year, which is kind of unique. Oh, ho, 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 what is that? Our first signage being covered. Do we have a house behind there? I don't think so. Okay, never mind. I thought we were getting the house sign here and we were gonna see what was behind here, but I think they just kind of put the sheets out in front, so there's nothing in back. We don't have the signage yet. Dang. Also, I would like to ask if you are enjoying today's video, and just in general, if you enjoy watching the content that I release, one really great thing you can do is just clicking that thumbs up button, just like bleep. You just like click it, it helps out actually a lot. First of all, it tells me that you guys like the video, and it also tells YouTube that people enjoy the content, so then it ends up showing more people the videos. So it's just a great way to support me, and it's just a little click. If you want to, you don't have to, but again, if you guys enjoy the content, it really does actually help out a ton. Anyway, I want to come over here to Nightmare Fuel. We have signage finally for the show. And just to point out, it looks like all of the houses have their kind of wrap there, so I do think they're going to end up putting out the actual house signs and then kind of the tarp that goes behind there overnight tonight maybe, or just this weekend in general. So I think we're going to have the house locations here soon. As they start to blow open from storms and things, we'll start to really figure out where everything is going. Now, we did see this signage last time, or rather the TVs last time, but now we have the poster here that is kind of the generic poster that you see, and then typically above it you would see whatever house or whatever is going on. I also see like a car right here. I don't think it's anything to do with the queue. I just think somebody might be backing up and unloading things. But this is what we are looking at. Here's the smaller one. I'll show you the bigger one here in a second. But there it is, Nightmare Fuel Nocturnal Circus show times as well, 8, 9:30, 11, and 12:30. I believe all of those are the same times from last year, if I'm not mistaken. But that is your new signage. That is for Nocturnal Circus, the kind of circus theme that we have here. Again, I've tried to show you a little bit over here. Also, one thing I have noticed that has popped up, it's very hard to see, but right over there, it looks like a shack of some sort, maybe some sort of barn. So there are like kind of a lot of props, it seems like, going on this year. I really hope, like I said, that this is kind of a new iteration of Nightmare Fuel and it's not, I guess, a continuation. I know I've talked about this a number of times, but it's like I feel like we almost had a trilogy. So I'm ready to start the next trilogy, if we will, if they plan on doing this for another few years. You know, let's start the next story. It would be kind of cool. But either way, that is the big sign as well. No show times on that one, but it is pretty massive right up front here. And then there is one more right over there, as you can see, as you turn the corner. That is the one that has the show times as well, right in front of the theater here. We also got some signage here for these food booths right in this area. Want to haunt, but it's like wanna fauna, right? I think that's the whole concept, because we have like the Fanta in the hand there, and I think they just released a new one, maybe? I don't know. I don't really drink pop, so I don't totally know, but we could see that skeleton drinking Fanta up there. So I think we're gonna have like Fanta Booths this year. I don't know, is that a Coke product? So is that why they're kind of doing this? Are they getting sponsored by it this year? It's interesting. I actually really like the design. It kind of follows the theme of all of the merch this year. Kind of fun there. So I think it actually kind of fits right in, and hopefully it's a way to kind of get people coming over to these booths that are kind of tucked away here a little bit. Plus I feel like people like Fanta in general. Nothing new with that food booth over there, all still the same, but both of the lights are now working up there. One was working the other day, now both are working. But this is what I was telling you about. We have the other Fanta booth here. So want to awaken your thirst, right? Want to haunt? So I don't know, it's cool. I like the idea. It's just a way to kind of add something, especially if it doesn't get themed to a house. At least you have some sort of design, and like I said, it definitely fits right in to the theming that they're using, at least on the merch this year. As far as the bar goes out here, nothing going on still with it. The signage still isn't revealed. Nothing else is going on. There's no furniture like we had last year over there yet. I don't totally know what they're doing back there, but you can see that they have like the shelving things back there. So I know that there's gonna be something. We have also figured out what this little area has turned into. Let me come show you. It is a Wolfman from Blumhouse photo op right here. So I think you're gonna be able to go on the stage, maybe. I don't know. but they're advertising for Wolfman there only in theaters January 17th. So Blumhouse is really taking this strip over here, because you have this here, we have the Blumhouse right there. I wonder if this bar will be tuned and kind of themed to Blumhouse, but Blumhouse is really running this section of the park, it kind of seems. But yeah, so we have a photo op here now, and now we understood what was going on. Again, I don't know if they're gonna have a character up there, if you're gonna be able to stand up there, or if you have to come out front. Either way, kind of cool that we have another photo op opportunity. A little interesting that it's for Blumhouse's Wolfman, but I still appreciate it nonetheless. We have a few pieces of merch that have started to pop up over here next to the amazing picture stand. There's like a little hut over here. They were selling a few things last year that you actually couldn't find elsewhere in the park, but we do see some HHN merch over there. Walking into Blumhouse, it doesn't look like anything has changed at first glance. Let's take a look. I think I was hearing that there was some candy on top of some of these barrels, so I'll take a look around at some of them. These are kind of tilted backwards, so I don't know if they are meant to be like that, or looks like they're almost wet underneath, so I wonder if they were airing them out. Yeah, right here, it looks like there's some jelly beans that have been glued to the top here. So is this a little ode to Major Sweets, perhaps? We've also been getting signage for The Purge. So now we have some of this around, so I guess now we know for sure that The Purge is in here. I think a lot of people already kind of expected that. However, a little bit more signage has been put up. But outside of that, everything else inside of Blumhouse seems to be all done. I wonder if we are finalized or not. It kind of feels like that might be it, but I feel like they could definitely add a few more things in there. But now where I actually want to head is inside of the San Francisco Candy Factory to show you a little bit more with Major Sweets. Already right there, you can see his beautiful face. Major Sweets Candy Co. Ice cold ice cream. So all they're doing is just adding some fun little touches, but it kind of brings this whole area together. But we have that, and then actually I'll bring you over here. Another one over here for ice cold drinks now. And it is the drinks. We did show you guys the signage right here for the Major Sweets Candy Co. door. And then as well, we have the Major Sweets Candy Co. fresh roasted nuts right down here. So they have started to theme some of the stuff here. And again, I think it does kind of make sense when you think about it. We obviously have the house right here. You can come over here, and at least it keeps the theme just a little bit. They don't have to do too much, but it's just those small little touches you gotta appreciate. Now we just need to get Major Sweet coins right here. That would kind of seal the whole deal. I don't think that they would do it, but it'd be kind of fun. Wow, these pigeons really want me to do videos with them. They have been following me all day. I've been trying to ignore it just a little bit, but they want to hang out with me. Also, this one kind of has that same coloring. Look at him, look at me. What's up, buddy? See you later. Pigeons are the biggest photobomb animal that I know. Look at him drinking. He's getting it out here. Right now it is so hot, so it makes sense. See you later. More signage closed off back there, you could see. Again, there is no sign underneath. You can typically tell because it does stick out the bottom a little bit. They've just closed it. So like I said, I do think we will be getting in the next few days the actual house signs behind there, and they will be covered up. You guys remember when you used to be able to rock climb back here? I was like, I don't know, what a weird thing, right? To just like rock climb inside of Universal Studios. It looks like they went ahead and moved those barricades over next to some of the actual props that are in the Scarezone now. It looks like we have a few more details that have been added inside of a Quiet Place food booth here. So we can see some of these photos here that look like they are kind of like sketches almost from the movie. Maybe they were like legit sketches. That would be kind of cool of what they kind of expected it to look like. They also have taken away the monster back here, but it is lit up red, and I've seen it here sometimes, so I wonder if it's gonna like walk by or something. That would be super cool. Imagine, right? So like if it would walk by and it hits all these like windows, right? That would be sweet if they could do that. And I'm sure it's not that hard, right? The way you kind of just like wire it up. So like it looks like it's like walking through. And then out front, we can actually see some of the like greenery and shrubbery that they've kind of wrapped around some of those vines up there. I do think we also got those lights now in place. I don't think those were there. We just had the barn frame. We put a little bit of like this grass out here too. So it looks like they're just kind of designing a little bit more, kind of bringing it more to life to give it more of that barn feel versus just here is the barn doors. So very cool. They're kind of adding a little bit as we kind of move forward. So I don't know how much more they're gonna do inside of this zone. I wonder if they're really gonna spruce it up out here. But like I said, if they could do that window and then the monsters like walking through, that would be super cool. It has been a while since I've seen them open up the hydrant. I don't think I've seen this in months. So what I am hearing is all of these fun little Easter eggs that have popped up in the Sahara Traders store is actually pertaining to the tribute store. So we have more here. But again, I guess like, I don't know. I thought it might have been the house. Maybe it still potentially could be. But it looks like it says construction halted as city spirals into madness over shadowy bat creature, which I think is like the whole thing with the house. So I don't know. But we could see like this is now open here. Things are out. Let's see down here. There is a QR code if you guys want to scan that. There you go. Let's turn it a little bit. QR code scannage. I think you guys should be able to do it. I think our UOAP one was able to be done. Super ants threaten snack shops worldwide. Yeah, they just kind of like keep adding to everything inside of here. Collision at the port attributed to superstitions. Very interesting here. So they continue to add. Also, like they keep adding more greenery here. So just like more shrubs and grass keep popping up, which is definitely interesting to see as it kind of gets overgrown here. They are jamming over at the Blues Brothers, but I do want to point out we have one of these like things to like stoke the flames here, and I think that's about it that is new inside of Torture Fair. What is going on over here? It looks like the food booths are open right now. Are they doing like team member previews? Yeah, it looks like I think they're doing some sort of team member preview to try some of the snacks here. That is pretty cool. How fun is that? So it looks like they are getting the menus ready over here. I don't know what all they're doing. I can see some sort of corn dogs of some sort, or like those like hot dogs. I think there is a marshmallow dessert in there for sure too. Oh yeah, look at this. They've got all of them open. They are doing food sampling here right now. Oh, you can see the taters. They look thick this year. That is a stack. They must have heard the feedback. They are full-blown cooking. This is crazy. I know I'm like super shocked right now, but I feel like I'm never here when they're doing their samples. Do you see how big that tater is? They're massive right now. Yeah, that is pretty sweet. So they are doing, like I said, team member previews right now and trying things out. Oh, you can see right there. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So it looks like they are doing a s'more, maybe a deconstructed s'more where the top has like a little marshmallow man with chocolate and then a graham cracker. So that it's gonna be sweet for that food booth. Now, like I said, I think Torture Fair is pretty much finalized. We have a few very small details like I showed you over there. We have a little table here with some flowers and a little red drapery down right there. Outside of that, everything looks to be pretty much the same. Maybe like the actual hooks and things right there could be different, but I think it is all finalized. We do have the foot pedals that are now popping up on the stage as well. Looks like we have at least 4 of them. And then the tribute store is starting to get designed. This is meant to look like, I think, a subway. I think this is the facade from what it looks like. I think this isn't like construction. I think this is what it's going to look like. So you're going to enter on one of the 2 sides here from like this container crate here. And then you kind of have the scaffolding that they have there in New York. This is going to be pretty sweet. So you can see it says tribute store. We have some arrows pointing off to the side. It's funny that they did that like grade school S thing that they have there. So we have ramps right now. So I wonder how this is going to work, how the actual entry is going to happen in here. I don't know if you're going to end up kind of walking in this way or if it's going to kind of be eliminated. They just have this here for now. I don't know yet. We do have a little bit more graffiti on the inside. We also have the wiring to the lights. So this looks pretty sweet. I like it. It kind of like, I don't know, fits into the whole theme here in New York, but also, again, the vibe is just completely different. I don't know, when I first walked in, I was like, oh, are they doing construction over there? And it's like, no, I think this is meant to be how the tribute store facade is supposed to look. Yeah, there's also more graffiti on this side too. So it does look pretty cool. I love this. I hope this stays, and I hope this isn't just like a temporary facade, because I think this like really sells it. So it looks like over here we do have both now of our signs. We only had the one here the last time we were here. Now we have both of them. So we are still getting 2 houses back here. We also have another covered up sign here. So I think that is pretty much it for this side. We'll go check just to see if anything new is happening up there. But then we're gonna head out to Universal Studios City Walk and then go ahead and check out the merchandise for you. I also didn't point out, because I was just so enamored with all of the food stuff going on, we also have more Fanta stuff happening back here for this bar. So I guess Fanta is kind of the theme of the bars this year. Again, I do actually like the design. They kept the theme of the merch, and I can appreciate that. They are doing some food tasting over here as well. Something looks very red and bizarre, so I don't know what it is, but that is going to be quite interesting. It looks like it's something very hot and small. I don't know. It's going to be weird. And there's another sign right there, all covered up. I guess, again, I keep saying the sign, but it's actually not the sign. It's just where it's going to go. Now we're gonna try and go pretty quick because I think there's quite a bit of merch, but also I don't think I'm gonna do any prices. I'm just going to just show you everything that there is. And you could probably assume most of the prices from before, but just so we can kind of get through everything. So let's start on this wall. I think we've seen most of this here. Did we see the cup holder? I don't actually know, but we do have these new bags. I don't think they are Loungefly, or are they? It doesn't say Loungefly on here. It's got a little see-through zipper up front. And we have seen those bags there. Already seen the bucket hats. These are now packaged up inside of like a little carrier case. We did see those glasses. Over here, we have the actual candles now with the design there. We have Halloween Horror Nights. This is a kid's shirt, I think, actually. Oh, we have house shirts now. There you go. So we have all of the houses there. I think I'm gonna have to pick one of those up. Let's see. Yep, there it is again. Chucky Popcorn Bucket is back this year. I think there's a few more stitches on his face. We have our Lil Boo section here. We've seen a lot of this, but we do have Lil Boo pins now. Oh, this is a magnet set actually. So that's actually kind of nice. And then we've got actual pins above it. We have these planters back again. We have a calendar, a little countdown calendar here. Pretty nice, except I don't know, you can't really like move it, so I don't know if you just like have your own magnet or whatnot. But a little countdown to Halloween. We have some snacks now, BBQ flavored corn nuggets, a party mix, cheesy jalapeno popcorn. They're showing like the posters now if you guys want to pick up a poster with everything on it. Oh, it's like the guy, okay, and he's wearing like a jacket, that's interesting. Down here we have some merchandise, kind of one of those like wrist collars. You have a ring with that skeleton on it. You have earrings as well. So a little bit of everything for jewelry. We've seen the hats here. We did see these new Lil Boo colored sippers. We have a new Lil Boo bag back here. Lots of Lil Boo. There you go. Again, I don't think this is Loungefly, but it looks pretty nice and seems pretty good quality as well. Colors are very vibrant on here. There's a zipper up front in front of the Lil Boo. You have a little purse as well with Lil Boo there. And if you guys are interested in jewelry, we have some necklaces down there, as well as a bracelet, and then it looks like earrings. So definitely a lot of jewelry, and Lil Boo is popping off this year. We have more pins over here. These ones are definitely bigger. You've got the patches here. Some of the designs we've been seeing on pretty much everything. We have the lanyard pouches and the actual lanyards themselves. Seems like pretty decent quality, nice and thick. We have some new Ghostbusters stuff. We already saw this Slimer bag and we've seen the normal shirt, but we actually do have a new shirt here, which let me show you. And it is down here, so we have a new shirt design. Looks pretty sweet. We don't have the characters up front anymore. Now we have like this, the whole dragon design thing. I forgot what the name of this one was, to be honest. But this is all from the new movie here with some tumbler mugs here. And these actually look like way better quality than I feel like some of the, like the hat. Like I don't really like this hat. I don't like the edging on that. I'm just nervous it's gonna peel, but this looks like it's like really good quality. It looks very like 3D, and that it is way better done than I think some of the other stuff. I think in general this actually looks really nice. That is a very clean print on there, or if it's just, I don't know, however they do it, but this looks really good. We have a new mug as well, a little oversized mug. Colors are vibrant and popping. Really like that. We have some new socks with the same design here. We have a coaster here, which actually is a little 3D on the inside. You can kind of see, let's see if you can kind of tell, but like the actual Ecto one there is like kind of out front. And then you have that. It is kind of on the outside though, kind of like a sticker of some sort. So that might wear off in time, but the inside is sealed with like an epoxy. Let me smell the candle for you. Not my favorite scent. I think it kind of smells like cleaning solution plus like blueberry, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of bizarre. Let's see. We have a hoodie back here with that same design there. Pretty nice zip up there. I like that logo actually a lot. And then we have, is this a new hat with it? No, it is not. That's the same hat. Now we have a lanyard. We have a poster. We have the actual lanyard holders, like the card holders. and a pin here. I think this is 2 pins actually, or it's just a really big pin. Yeah, that might actually be one really big pin. As you can see, it's like massive in there. We have some Major Sweets shirts. This is pretty awesome. I feel like he doesn't totally look like the other design that we got, but I think it looks good, right? Like that there. But I guess, I don't know. It looks really good though. I think the design is fantastic. You have his truck there. You have Universal Studios. You've got his design. It looks like there's almost like different versions or something here. So you can see like it's kind of cut into thirds. And that is kind of the design that we're seeing here. It says Horror Nights. It's actually a really, really good design shirt. I like that one. I think I'm gonna have to pick this one up. That is awesome looking. We also have these like kind of candy holders, if you will. That's kind of fun. Oh, Artist Signature Series. That is interesting there. I guess, so I did see on the shirt down here, do you see that there? It says Pardo. Right down there, so I wonder if that's the artist that is in charge of this. So maybe that's this whole like signature series. These are 30, so they're actually cheaper than some of the other shirts that are 33. You have a Studio Screamers long sleeve. We do have David S. Pumpkins this year. A little bit of a different design this year. Here are your Studio Screamers collectible pin set as well with all of them. You also have this fanny pack here, all see-through with blood. It is the Studio Screamers, so I wonder, are they on? They're not on the strap or anything, so I don't know where they're represented exactly. This is our generic shirt, by the way. As you can see, we've got the IPs, it looks like here. And then it says Halloween Horror Nights. A little bit of kind of a weird material, not that sticky material, but it's kind of a little bit thicker, so keep that in mind with that. We have magnets, we've got mugs, we have these like tumblers. This is like a smaller tumbler here. Let's see, Where Horror Lives. We have a Quiet Place merch as well. I like this. We finally have some unique colors. That's something I've been looking for. We have this long sleeve or a hoodie here with that same design. Over here for Insidious, we have a new hat. I don't think we've seen this. It's kind of got a red undertone with black mesh. Let's see, these are all the same there. An Insidious drawstring. We have some kids hoodies here for Ghostbusters. That's definitely unique. Let's see the cup here too. All right, that actually looks pretty cool. I like this. It's kind of like comic style. We also have a door hanger here. Again, this comic style design. So definitely unique colors there too. I think again, some more kids shirts here. So we have, looks to be pretty much the same design. I like that he's eating the pizza here, which is a lot of fun. I think these are a mystery pin collection. So if you guys are wanting to collect some pins, there you go. Like I said, a lot of merchandise has shown up. We also have some of these cups. This is a plastic, by the way, just so you know. If they hear you, they will hunt you. Oh, we have a candle. I'll smell that in a second. So that is the shirt that we have had for a while. We have some keychains, and then we have the posters. Let's go ahead and smell the candle. That one's not bad. Kind of smells a little bit like a lighter cologne of sorts. So that one's pretty good, and the Insidious candle is actually pretty good. Oh, speaking of Insidious, I also didn't see this. We have a new cup here, and we also have a little, oh, I thought, is this not a, okay, never mind. I thought this was gonna be a fanny pack. I think it's just like a small bag to hold stuff. Oh, we also have a giant print for Major Sweets. This also feels like really heavy duty, so I think that's probably pretty nice. Also, Ghostbusters Lounge Fly. I think this one was in the tribute store, but I'm not for sure. But I think that is all the merchandise. So again, we got pretty much, I think, the full drop at this point. There might be a few more things that show up, but that is a lot of it, at least for most of the IPs, because we have Insidious, we have A Quiet Place, we have, well, I guess we have Major Sweets. We don't have the monsters, I don't think. We don't have the Eternal Monsters there. Now, I am personally picking up the Shirt House and Major Sweets. I pick up larges. I'm like right between a medium and a large, but I just always expect them to shrink up a little bit, but they do run a little bigger, it looks like, this year. So we'll see how they ultimately fit after I wash them. Well, that was quite a long video, I think. I just feel like there was a lot to cover. I feel like we were running around left and right. Thankfully, the weather was pretty good for the most part, and then it did get a little bit warm here towards the end, but thankfully we were inside the store. So for 2 shirts after AP discount, it was $57. I think I saved 10 bucks or maybe 11, I don't know, but about $10, which is really nice. So I feel like about 30 bucks a shirt, ultimately saving some money after tax and everything. It's a nice little deal. So yeah, pick those two up. I'll let you know in a future video how the larges fit at the end of the day. But yeah, hopefully you guys had some fun with me today. I think we have one more update video coming next week when we are pretty much all finalized for the event. We have a lot of HHN content to cover in the next few weeks. I did post about that on the community page. So I know some of you guys don't care too much for it after the event starts. You don't want to be spoiled, but I will let you know we will be doing a lot of that. Obviously opening night, we'll be testing Express. There's a whole lot on the agenda right now, and then we have a lot planned for October, even outside of HHN. And if you guys did have a good time with me today, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Like I said, it really helps out a ton. Either way, I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys again so much. Catch you in the next one. Take care.